Budget decks are important. Obviously, for most players, having a budget for your game in any form or fashion is very important. No shit. You need to understand when you have your limits, how you can actually afford anything that you do outside of the game, and just, what you can really throw in is important. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not easy at that, especially since a lot of very competitive decks are ranking up towards of $500, $600, $1,000. Let's not talk about what Sprite was on release. Ooh. And now we have Vanadium at 700? Shit. Although I expect that price to fall very fast, just like how it did with Cashtira. But budget allows a lot of different players to come in and try the game for the first time. They allow new players to have an easy entry to the game that already put them in a competitive setting very easily. They give returning players a way to return to their hobby after so many years without dumping loads of money back into it yet. And it gives already playing players a new little side deck to play whenever they get bored of their main one. All are very good things for the game to have. But let's be real, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not cheap. Most of the really good staple cards are weighing up between $5 to $50, and that's not good for any budget at all. But I'm going to tell you some of the best decks to play at a reasonable price range, from $10 all the way up to where your limit should be at $150. Now let's be real, there are multiple decks you can play at these levels that are 100% great in their own category, but these are the ones that I'm choosing to talk about today. And we can play at 10 bucks. Fluandereeze. Yes, that deck. Fluandereeze is obviously a deck that a lot of people have a lot of fond words for, but they lost their barrier statue, so you can't really be shit on anymore for playing Flu. People will still do it, but they can't shit on you too hard anymore. A lot of your deck just normal summons through their effects, so summoning any of your regular monsters lets you normal summon another monster on resolve. That plays through Nibiru. Nibiru can even activate because of that. You have a lot of easy ways of just playing the game until you get any way of interaction. Most of your combos will start with Robina in hand, or a way to get to Robina. Robina is an amazing starter, which lets you add any level 4 or lower Fluandereeze to hand, which you'll usually add Eaglin from it, to have Eaglin get normal summon, and on their normal summon, you can have Impin/Snarl. Impin's a great negate, because it negates attack position special summon monsters, and Snarl is a Book of Eclipse that eclipses everything face down. The deck is great, it's amazingly cheap, and fully within anybody's budget to play, regardless of where they are. Anybody could play it, regardless of where they are. Look at Broke Boy. Fuck! If we go a little bit higher to anything above a single structure deck pricing, we get to the pricing of Trap Tricks. Trap Tricks is a great mid-range deck now, and since people stop playing it as much, your quote-unquote mirror matches will not be as strenuous as they were before, which was an issue. Your great combos are anything that starts with Mermello and one trap in hand, or a way to get to there. Sarah is an amazing threat as long as she's on the field. Anytime you activate a trap, you special summon a Trap Tricks from deck. Anytime you activate a Trap Tricks effect, you set a trap to your field. Amazing, continuous, and infinite material. Rafflesia is an amazing monster because its effect becomes any whole trap card you send from her own effect, allowing you to possibly have a negate, a floodgate, or a bottomless, floodgate, trap holes, anything that you would need for any situation, as long as you have Rafflesia on the field, resolves. Pinguicula is both a Rhoda and also attaches any monsters your opponent sends for cost. So, theoretically, if they were to, say, detach Rise Heart as material for a Rise Heart, well, suddenly, you can attach Rise Heart as material, regardless of where it is. Traptrix Garden is an amazing card because it lets you normal summon twice, also letting you banish whatever you have on your field to summon another Traptrix from graveyard or hand. Amazing card, but it gets even better with the new card coming out in Cyberstorm Access called Time Tearing Morganite, which apply the effects for the rest of the duel, normal summon twice, draw 2, and people can activate card effects in hand. A very interesting card, especially when Traptrix has monsters that let you activate trap cards from hand. Of course, if you want to go to the more crazy budget line where you have no understanding of anything else and you just want to fully go off, have a very nice fun combo deck that is reasonably affordable, we gotta look at the Cyrus monsters. More importantly, MathMech. Obviously MathMech is the trademark? I think it's a trademark, yeah. It's the trademark budget deck at this point. An entirely link-based combo strategy with Xyz and Synchro options at its disposal, fully able to do anything it has, as long as it has circular in hand or a way to circular, which you can have upwards to 9 to 10 copies of. Diameter is a revive for the deck, regardless of where you are with it. Could be either for clapback during turn 2, or it could just be continuation to an extend. Addition and subtraction are also great extenders, allowing you to subtract or add 1,000 attack to any monster on the field to summon them. Nab Blood Multiplication are both ways to OTK if you do not have a way to update Jammer from where you are. A Super Factorial allows you to do anything that you want, Xyz or Synchro during your opponent's turn. Synchroing lets you add Sigma, and Xyzing lets you add Laplation. Final Sigma, of course, is the tower. When in the extra monster zone, deals double damage when it does battle damage. And Laplation is Trishula. It destroys a monster, back row, and a card in hand on its summon. An amazing deck, regardless of where you are with it. In fact, all these decks are very good, regardless of the budget you throw them in. I mean, not Mathmech. Mathmech's a little bit weird with lower budgets. A little bit sketchy. We do a lot of Heat Soul stuff, but not really great, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. But Fluanderies, if you bring it up to Trap Check's price, you get a lot more interesting cards that help with the biggest point about all these decks, which is consistency. That's really where all the budget goes into people's decks. There's a reason Prosperity is $50 per copy. It's because it makes decks consistent, and everybody wants that. But that's all I can say about it. Stay fruity.